bitch face. Get rid of it, because that's going to immediately intimidate a white guy to be like, oh yeah, no, never mind, she's probably not even interested or don't even want to be bothered. Crack a smile. Crack a smile, a little wink, or a little flirtatious type of motion or gesture. That is going to get his attention, baby. Do not be afraid to speak first. Say hello. Hello does not hurt anybody. Actually, believe it or not, sometimes a hello can go a long way. You make somebody's day sometimes by just saying hello.
You have a white boyfriend, do not use the N-bomb in front of him. If you're in his company, don't use the word. And she was like, Kena, I use the word, so he think he can use the word. And I'm like, he think he can use the word.
Deliver it. And also question your partner if he has opposing views on something as a Black woman that you are very passionate about. You want to hear more about that? Get my book, A White Man's Whore. One of the keys of keeping a healthy relationship with a man or keeping a man is to keep the peace. Be his peace. Have this kind of atmosphere where if you're around him, he knows it's peaceful.
Black women, if you want to date outside of your race, you need to be disciplined. When they say we're going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you better be up at 5 o'clock getting ready. They are not going to deal with the lack of discipline. And what we make Black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. And what we make Black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. What we make Black men put up with, they are not going to go for that.
I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Convos with Kenyatta. This will most likely be a quick one. I think all that needs to be said has pretty much already been said. But I had to give my 2 cents on this issue. Black men for a very long time have been going back and forth with Black women, trying to get some cooperation, trying to find some middle ground, trying to find peace with Black women, trying to build and maintain families, build and maintain a community with Black women. And for decades now, it has been nothing but an absolute struggle. Nothing but an absolute struggle. And I'm sure all of you have seen the memes, where they'll show, the white woman helping and contributing to the success of the white man, and the Latin woman helping and contributing to the success of the Latin man, and the Asian woman helping and contributing to the success of the Asian man. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, they'll show the Black man struggling with something and asking the Black woman for help, and the Black woman refusing to help. It's become so commonplace in the Black community that, it's even joked about and put in memes. And, for the last several months, I've been saying that, Black women are starting to say the quiet parts out loud. Every time you turn around, Black women are actually publicly admitting what they do, how they really feel, how they really operate. So it's no longer speculation. It's no longer a situation where, you know something, but, you're just waiting on them to confirm it. The jury is still out, as they say, right? It's like, how it is when you know something, but you're still trying to give somebody the benefit of the doubt because it hasn't exactly been confirmed, or you know something, but you're just waiting for that person to admit it, right? Well, Black women, as I've been saying for the last several months, black women are starting to say the quiet parts out loud. And this revelation, you know, if you're a black man who hadn't already made up your mind yet that maybe you should go SYSBM, that maybe you should get your passport and seek greener pastures, this revelation certainly seals the deal. Certainly seals the deal. Black women are finally saying what many black men have already known. The cooperation that you've been begging black women for, they have no problem giving it to a white man. The trust that you've been begging black women for, they have no problem giving it to a white man. The peace that you've been begging black women for, they have no problem giving it to a white man. So what else is there really left to say? But isn't it ironic how these same women, when they see a black man dating outside of his race or marrying outside of his race, whether it's a white woman, Latin woman, Asian woman, what have you, these same women who refuse to give the black man any peace, who refuse to give the black man any cooperation, who refuse to do anything that would actually help build healthy relationships, lasting marriages, a stronger, better black community. These same women will lose their minds when they see a black man dating outside of his race. Doesn't matter what group that woman belongs to. It really doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, a lot of black women will lose their minds even if they see a black man with a light-skinned black woman. Because apparently light-skinned black women ain't black enough for some black women. Right? But these same black women are now admitting that for decades now, they have intentionally been sabotaging the black man, sabotaging their relationships with black men, sabotaging the relationships that black men have with their children. They have been intentionally sabotaging the black community. So what exactly are black men sticking around for? What exactly are black men sticking around for? Like me, myself, personally, I have made up my mind that if for some reason my current relationship doesn't work out, I will never even bother wasting my time trying to find another good black woman. Currently, I have a good black woman, right? We've been together now for about 6 years. I'm happy. She's happy. We just had a child a year ago. She just turned 1 last week, or a couple weeks ago. So I'm actually in a good place. I'm one of the lucky black men that was actually able to find a good black woman who isn't on this BS. But I would be a liar if I were to sit here right now and not acknowledge that my woman is part of a minute minority of black women. Good black women are a minute minority. And a lot of people have a hard time admitting that, but it's the damn truth, and everybody knows it. It is the truth, and everybody knows it. So Me, myself, if for some reason my current relationship doesn't work out, there is no way in hell I'm going back out here and fishing in this pool of black women today. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not about to go back out here in this dating market and sift through the trash trying to find a good black woman. I'm not doing it. I would be going SYSBM and getting my passport. Both of them. There's no way. There's no way. There is nothing worse than having an enemy in your bed. There's nothing worse than that. You can't build anything with that. And black men seriously need to wrap their mind around the fact that it is time to go through the painstaking process of a destroy and rebuild, period. We have been trying to reshape and rebuild the black community for a few decades now. It can't be done with this current crop of women. It can't. It can't be done. How can you rebuild the black community with a group of women who are hell-bent on working against you every step of the way? Like the metaphor I always use, it's like the black man is on one side of the house laying bricks to the foundation, but the black woman is on the other side of the house ripping bricks away from the foundation, so nothing ever gets built in the black community. And that's exactly what's going on. And now, finally, we have black women, as I've been saying, now saying the quiet part out loud and admitting it. Everything you've been asking her for, she refuses to give you. She's now admitting that she refuses to give it to you. But if she goes and gets with a white guy, or an Asian guy, or a Latin guy, everything you've been begging her for, she's going to willingly give it to him. So why would you even bother? Why would you even bother? At this point, not only protecting your peace and protecting your sanity should be your main objective, but you also need to think about protecting your seed. Let us not forget about, the abort black male babies movement. So it's not even safe to give them your seed. It's not even safe to sleep with these women. It's not even safe to sleep with these women. Mess around, get them pregnant, and they might run down to the Planned Parenthood and get rid of your seed just because it's a boy. Or even just the mere fact that a lot of these women use that as a hustle, just to get some child support out of you. Make your life hell. Alienate you from your child. Destroy the relationship between you and your child. There is, at this point, the risk is just not worth a possible reward. The risk is not worth the possibility of a reward. It's not. It's not. And I got Kevin Samuels here on the screen because he tried, didn't he? He tried. He tried. And since Kevin passed, numerous black men have made the statement that Kevin Samuels was their last hope. And they didn't even realize it. They still don't realize it. Kevin Samuels was their last hope, and they spit in his face, and then they turned around and danced on his grave. When that happened, a lot of black men made up their minds right then and there. Now, as for me, like I said, this for me is the straw that broke the camel's back, officially. Like I said, if for some reason my current relationship doesn't work out, I will never date another B-dub. I will never even sleep with another B-dub. Because I wouldn't want to run the risk of messing around and getting one of these chicks pregnant. I would not want to run the risk of messing around and getting one of these women pregnant. Hell no. Then 95% of them ain't worthy of carrying my seed. So why would I even sleep with 95% of them? And I've gotten to the point now where I'm not going to bother going out there trying to find the 5%. It's about 5 to 10%. It's about 5 to 10% of these sisters out here are good women, damn good women. About 5 to 10% of them. But it's gotten to the point now where it is not worth going through that 90 to 95% to try to find the 5 to 10% that are good. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So that's my message to you fellas today. SYSBM, get your passports. Leave these bald-headed heifers the hell alone, man. Leave them alone. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it at all. It ain't worth the headache. It ain't worth the heartache. It ain't worth the frustration. It's not worth the embarrassment. Because at this point, it's embarrassing. As men, it is embarrassing. It's gotten to the point now where it is embarrassing to be attached to these women. And I can only imagine that this has to be one of the reasons why other groups of men lack respect for black men. Has to be. It has to be. And that, for the last 10, 15, maybe even 20 years, black men, we've been working very hard, diligently, to reshape and repair the black male image. And I believe we've done an excellent job thus far in doing so. And I think there's a major step. There's a major step that needs to be taken by black men. And that step is what I was referring to a moment ago when I was talking about a painstaking process of a destroy and rebuild process. And that destroy and rebuild process that I'm talking about is it's time to destroy the present black community and rebuild a new one. And simply put, you can't rebuild a new black community with the black woman. You can't. You can't. This is a process that's going to take a generation or two, maybe 3. But it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. It's like Jeezy said. It's like Jeezy said in that post where, seemed like he was throwing a shot at Jeannie Meyer when he said, I'm too focused on where I'm going to worry about who's not coming with me. And that's the frame of mind that black men need to have as far as going through the painstaking process of a destroy and rebuild period. We as black men need to be too focused on where we are going to worry about the fact that the black woman can't go. She can't. And if there's any sisters listening to this, hey, look, man, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. What do you want me to do about the energy that y'all have been giving us for several decades? What do you want me to do about it? I didn't make any of them sisters that you saw at the beginning of the video. I didn't make any of them say what they said. The thousands, the millions of sisters who operate exactly how those women were describing. I'm not making those sisters operate that way. As a man, the only thing I can do is come up with a solution to the problem. That's what men do. When there's a problem, men find solutions to the problem. And at this point, you are the problem. And the simple solution is to leave you the hell alone. That is the simple solution. Leave you alone. So that is what I am advocating black men do. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Go elsewhere and find some peace. Go elsewhere and find some cooperation. Go elsewhere and find a wife. Go elsewhere and start a family. And when you do so, make sure you bring your culture with you. And you pass that culture down to the children. That's the key. That's the trick right there, though. That's the trick right there. You have to pass your culture down to these children. Minus the gynocratic BS. We are going to rebuild a new black community. So like I said, man, that's the message for today. SYSBM, get your passports. Leave these chicks alone. Go somewhere else. Find you a good woman. Find you some peace. Find you some cooperation. Find you a wife. Start a family. Build a new black community. Because you deserve it. We deserve it. Like I said, for the last 15 to maybe 20 years, black men have been working diligently, and really longer than that. Really longer than that, we've been working diligently to try to reshape and repair the black male image. And like I said, we've done a damn good job of doing so. Now it's time to take it a step further. Time to take it a step further. Because there's only so far you can go when you have an enemy laying in your bed with you. You've got to get that enemy out of your bed. But I think I've said all I care to say on the issue. I told you this would probably be a short one. I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Convos with Kenyatta. Make sure you are following me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Click that subscribe button here on YouTube and click that bell icon to make sure you're getting all notifications for when I go live, drop a video, or drop a short. And as always, if you like the content, support the content, go ahead and Bless the Cash App, $ Black Squad. It's right there in your upper left-hand corner. Or you can hit the PayPal. All of that is in the description box. So until next time, and there will be a next time, get that enemy out your bed, bruh. Deuces.